Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video, dev server again. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's get going to be a fast video. Remember just a disclaimer that I'm not gonna do one major 40-minute video showing everything, so I'm doing tiny ones showing spread it around basically, right? And I didn't get the trophy yet, so some things I will not be able to test it right now, but as soon as I can, I will be testing it when I get the trophy. Okay guys, I will be doing some very specific videos on the vehicles that are coming to the game, like the SPAA. So we're going to talk about the tanks, and the SPAA is the first one. So a very interesting tank. Not a tank, right, but an AA system. It's been a while since this thing was asked by people, you know. It is basically a tractor, as you see. It has 4 crew members, 5 actually, and then you have basically AIM-9Ds, AIM-9Gs, missiles like that to be able to be fired. So we can see 18 Gs. Here is, I think it's based off of the D variant, these missiles. They're very similar to that, or this one is a little bit like the D and this is the G or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I have to test it out. But yeah, it is basically just an SPAA system with AIM-9s on top. This is the only vehicle for the US. For Germany, we have only one for now as well. The PSO. The PSO is a Leopard 2A5 that has a new upgraded armor package on around the tank, right? So it is coming after the 2A6, which is pretty interesting because it doesn't have the bigger cannon, the larger, you know, gun. So it still uses the same type of ammunition, if I'm not mistaken. The M53, I think it's the DM53, right? I always forget. There's so many numbers. Yeah, it's the same ammunition. Basically the same tank as the 2A5, but with some extra armor. Where is it? I thought it was going to be there. So it's a composite screen. It's not really modeled yet properly, so I cannot know for sure what it does. But still, very interesting tank. Not a lot to talk about, but another Leopard for the Germans, right? For the USSR, 2 tanks that are not like majorly different from others that we already have in the game. The TO-55, it is the same as the T-55, but it has flamethrower. So let's just test that. It is going to be a premium and by GE, so you can buy it by GE. Let's see if I can. Yeah, as you see, it has a flamethrower, but the gun and everything is basically the same. This is very cool, but useful, I don't know. It's just different, you know. It's a different premium tank that you can get. As you see over here, 8,400 Gs for you to buy. And of course we have the 2S1, the new artillery piece for the USSR. Another nation is getting it as well. We have a hit round, which is kind of interesting, and let's just test drive it because I really wanted to test drive this thing. It is an artillery, so is it the most capable battle tank ever, like main battle tank as a battle tank? No, it's not, but it can do some interesting things. So let's just try to hit that target. It's more than 800 meters. It's like right here, maybe. Oh, I just missed it. The reload is kind of low. Like it's kind of slow, actually. Come on. So it might be a very difficult tank to actually drive, but it is like a 6.0 vehicle, so yeah, it's pretty alright. It is based off of the MTLB gun or platform, right? And it does not have a oh my god, how much recoil that thing has. And it doesn't have a stabilizer. And it can do some very crazy like vertical shots, as you're going to see. Hold up, come on. Oh, stop turning. Just go ups. Go upwards. Yeah, because I told you guys to actually do this, right? Oh my god. Stop turning! Every time I change the camera, it turns. Look at this. Very cool. I wish it had like a more modern computer to be able to be firing like these shells in a better way, you know, but anyway, it is pretty interesting. Let me just check if it has a laser rangefinder. It does not, so it will be quite hard to actually you know, hit targets with that. Then we go for the British. The British, they have basically just one tank, the Bhishma, which is a T90, export T90 for the Indians, right? So yes, the main armament is the BM-42, and it has the other, you know, ammunitions that the other tanks have. Let me just fly around this. I think it's a little bit more expensive, but it's pretty interesting actually. Oh my god, look at this zone. That's a very good zone. Oh, it's not fully upgraded, so I cannot test it yet. Well, it's basically just a T90 with the same reverse speed as you see. You can... Let's lower the shovel. It doesn't... It's not moving. Let me... It's not moving, right? So it's kind of bugged yet, still. But still, it's just a T90 for the British Tech 3. Very interesting, but it's nothing crazy difference. It's still using the Mango, so it's not the most powerful thing ever, right? It is going to be... Ah, yeah, a squadron vehicle. Sorry, not a premium, right? Of course. That makes sense, actually. Then, of course, we have the Chinese, which got a lot of things, actually. One of them was the MBT-2000. It is the tank that was already, you know, shown in the dev blogs. So very similar to something like a Type 96. So yeah, as you see, it has the most advanced, you know, APF-STSs that it has. It has the laser warning system, thermals, and another cool thing is that it has a different engine. It has basically the T80D, I think, engine, which is a diesel engine that it's very powerful actually. So more than 1,000 horsepower, yeah, more than 1,000 horsepower for sure, 1,200 something like that. And it has a new transmission as well, so 4 gears, and it can go to 31 kilometers backwards. So very cool. Other stuff that was added, of course, we have the M41A3. I was wishing for this nation to actually get the SPAA as well, but it didn't yet. M41A3, as you see, very similar to the other M41s, nothing too crazy to talk about it. As you see, normal rounds, no, not even disable. It is premium, 3,000 golden eagles. Then, of course, we have the Hungarians. The Hungarians, I will do a specific video on those vehicles, okay? Because it's too much, I don't want this video to be too long. The French, they have a new Leclerc, so the Azure. So very similar to the other ones already. As you see, very similar. And of course we have the AMX-10M, which is was shown in a dev blog as well, the weird one with the ATGM launcher. You can also use a gun, a normal HE round, right? And then for Sweden, we have the last vehicles that we're going to talk about it. Before we put up with the Israelis that have one just vehicle that I already showed. The PZKV4, as you see, vehicle that was already shown in the dev blog. And also the Vidar. The Vidar is an artillery piece that is from South Korea. Where is it? Here. Vidar. So yeah, it's from the South Koreans. Actually, it's a Norwegian vehicle, but it was made. It's the K9, so it is built in South Korea, I think, most of them at least. And yeah, it's an artillery piece. Let's just drive around a little bit because it is pretty cool. Artillery pieces are very different and kind of weird even. Look at the size of this thing, man. I wonder when they will add the Panzerhaus. Yeah, this is a better artillery because it's more modern. You can have a proper launch, you know, for the gun. Let's see if it can do anything. It's not doing much. Let's try this ammunition. It's pretty cool looking, but I don't know if it's going to be useful or not. Yeah, it doesn't feel very strong with these ammunitions, but yeah, very cool. It is an artillery piece with a laser rangefinder, so that always helps, right? And the mobility is pretty good, man, for an artillery piece this large. It is pretty good. The engine is very strong. Look at the speed on this thing. It's pretty good. So yeah. And the last vehicle that I wanted to talk about before we talk about the only mechanic that I think was added for tanks, the SPAA, for the Israelis as well. So finally the Israelis are getting a little bit of an improvement on the AA systems. They not only will receive normal missiles that the other SPAA has, but they use the 72G as well, which some people are saying that it's the Stinger. I don't know about that, but I need to get the vehicle won the trophy to actually test it out. So I'll probably check this vehicle when I have the trophy. And the last thing that I really wanted to talk about is this ability over here. So once you actually want to know how an improvement of a modification, will look like, you basically go over the modifications and just wait with the mouse on the thing. So you can see those little images as you see right there. For example, this suspension, when it's disabled, you see how much the gun just shakes. And when it's enabled, you see how it is better. The brakes, filters, a lot more power. It will show a lot more power. The engines as well. The SS, what is the SS? Well, it will show to you. The thermal imaging, it will show to you that it's a night vision, right? The laser warning system, it will show. So everything like the modifications will help you basically know what the type of modification is doing to the vehicle. Let me try with aircraft. I don't think aircraft is added, but then yeah, aircraft didn't get added yet. But still, it is pretty interesting. But basically, this is it, guys. These are all the new stuff for the tanks, if I'm not mistaken. Things are being found in the file, so hold on to that. Once the data mines start to happen, I will do videos on that as well. Okay, guys? I see you guys in the next one, and bye. See ya.